Good evening, wonderful people. We bless God for bringing us into another session, excuse me, of School of Relationship and Marital Success. Rams, thank God for another beautiful week and another wonderful day. Today we are looking at another wonderful question. How can we maintain communication effectively as a couple, as husband and wife? How can we maintain effective communication? That's what we want to look at today. Somebody excited? Okay, the first thing that we're going to be looking at there is the fact that there's a saying that when there is a will, there is a way. So before you can make anything happen, absolutely, you must be intentional. Yes. You know, there is a way that you say, oh, I want to get this done or I want to do this. But the moment you let go of the idea or you get occupied with something else, it becomes something that you've probably forgotten about or something that becomes secondary, if not tertiary, to you. So, if we're going to be effective communicators as a couple, the first thing you want to do is that you want to be intentional. Being intentional implies that you're going to first um, express that intention to each other. Like they say that it takes two to tango. So if we are really going to be effectively um, connected and will be able to communicate effectively, we must first mention it to each other. It does not have to remain in your mind, because the moment you do not communicate it, your expectations, your plans, your strategies will just be in your mind, or just be only you running it. And sometimes, like somebody was sharing today, that the um, the things that you speak about to a team member, it could be vision casting, for example, becomes your vision when you communicate it effectively to the members of your team, becomes the vision of the team, and then everyone runs with it. But if you just keep it to yourself and then you expect them to know and just walk with it, it won't work that way. So the first thing you want to do as a couple is that you want to communicate that you want to become effective communicators. That sounds kind of funny, right? Okay, so like I've mentioned before, that the fulcrums or the key areas that determine a successful, a blissful, a working marriage are communication, sex, money, and general, work related issues and all of that. But if you ask me, all of these other things are still directly or indirectly related to communication. For example, if something pops up, let's even say something pops up that was not part of these things that I mentioned. If we're able to communicate it effectively, then we will be good as a couple. And so the first thing you want to do is to effectively mention to the other person, come out to say that this is what I want, this is what I am looking at. You could even say, this is the reason why I think we should do this. I want us to improve in our communication, or I want us to work at communication. There's a difference between talking and communicating. It is possible to talk and the person you're talking to does not have an idea what you're talking about. That is not communication. That is just talking, or that is a one-sided communication. So we're taught that communication involves the sending of an information or a message from the sender through a medium to the receiver. I'll take that again. Communication is the sending of a signal or an information from the sender through a medium to a receiver. And there is what we call coding and decoding. The sender codes the signal or the information and send it through the medium. And then the receiver decodes the information and understands what the person who sent the sender has sent. So if we say that you should be an effective communicator, you must be someone who is able to relate the information or the signal, as the case may be, such that the person who is on the other end, who is your